Good morning. So we talked about setting up your sadhana space, and we're going to come back to sadhana, daily practice. We're going to weave that in consistently throughout these conversations. But this morning, I just wanted to talk about breakfast and eating in general, because so many people have a lot of thoughts and ideas about breakfast. You know, there's a common theme out there that says, you know, breakfast, come on, Juno, should be your biggest meal of the day. And without that, then we're doomed energetically. So, you know, this sort of the standard, actually, as far as, you know, standard American diet might be, you know, something very heavy, greasy, oily, you know, whatever it may be in the morning to give us energy for the day. But according to Ayurveda, the morning is what's called a kapha time, and it's heavy. And just like we may get out of bed feeling heavy. So even once we get going, Ayurveda recommends that we eat like a prince or princess in the morning, a king or queen at noon, and a pauper in the evening. So what that means is having a relatively moderate breakfast, not a heavy breakfast, not something overwhelming, something quite light. And then at noon, what's recommended, it's actually recommended to have our largest meal at noon. This is because the fire, Agni, the sun, is at its peak, and our fire of digestion is aligned with the energetics of the planet, aligned with the sun. And come on, Jens, good boy. Our digestion is the most powerful at noon. So lightish in the morning, have the most substantial meal at noon, and then ideally eating our lightest meal in the evening, which again prepares us for the next morning. And you can see how in our society it tends to be quite topsy-turvy. Sometimes people have very big breakfast, sometimes no breakfast. I hear that a lot too, because people rush out, they drink their couple cups of coffee and they're on the road without doing sadhana, of course, daily practice, internal practice. And then they skip lunch because they're working busy in their offices, or driving here or there, or on the computer doing so much work, and they eat very quickly their noon meal. And then at night when they come home, or at the end of the day, people tend to be very hungry because of that and eat a very heavy meal at night. And then due to that, they sometimes, it's interesting, when you eat a heavy meal, sometimes it even increases the desire, because the blood sugar will crash at some point, to eat again at 10 or 11 at night. So this is a very bad habit that our society has gotten into, and many people get into. So the message is to eat something very healthy and clean in the morning. And a heavier meal doesn't mean a toxic meal. It means that, more to fill you up, to have more nutrients at noon. And then in the evening, having something light, where it can be maybe some grains and soup or something like that. In the summer, some raw food, some salad, something like that. But keeping it on a lighter category of eating. So in the morning, prince or princess; noon, king or queen; and in the evening, eat like a pauper. And when we do that, we'll find that our weight begins to balance out. Many people who are very overweight actually do very well with light in the morning, heavy at noon, and very light at night. And in some cases, I've recommended, especially an overweight kapha person, to eat as much as they want at noon without limitation, but keeping the morning and evening very light. And many people find that very naturally their body starts coming back into a more natural, healthy weight point, and they feel lighter, they feel more clear, and things start to balance out really nicely. So those are some Ayurvedic tips for how we eat, and in time we'll talk about some specifics in that area as well. Have a great day, and have a good solid lunch today, and breakfast if you hear this before breakfast. Nice, kind of a light breakfast. Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye.